Hey guys, this is Bear Gaming and welcome back to our channel. For today's Hero Spotlight, we are going to discuss about Valarr. And also, this is our very first Hero Spotlight for the new year or for the year 2023. So over here in the journals button, tap Heroes and then look for Valarr.
You didn't deserve my attention.
So first, we are going to check out his skill set or skill kit. His passive, Bloody Wolf, increases attack by 10% when an enemy dies, stacks up to 3 times. Then, his first skill, Demon Slash, deals 105% damage to all back row enemies and 50% chance to decrease attack speed of target by 15 for 8 turns. Then the second skill, General's Authority, deals 375% damage to one enemy and grants immunity to all allies for 6 turns upon defeating an enemy. Seems that his skill has changed because I haven't seen this before. Grants immunity to all allies for 6 turns upon defeating an enemy. So it seems like whenever he defeats an enemy, he grants immunity to allies and also his attack will be increased. So we are going to check him out further. So this is Valarr. He looks like a knight. He has this sword. This is the default mode. This is the battle mode. Then for the appearance effect,
You thought you could defeat me? Silly peasant.
the second of the 5 greatest generals of Saint West, Valarr. So that's a long title. This is the hero illustration. You can see he's wearing this eye patch. Then, skill preview. This is the normal attack. And then this one
You
is
should
the
be
first skill.
honored to receive my sword.
Now, for the second skill.
Let me end your arrogance.
So he has those soldiers. Now, for the hero story, Knight Valarr. Sex is male. Nation is from Saint West. Hero tier fated or fated great hero. Element is nature. Age is 48. Race is human. Position defense or defense type hero. Birthday is on January 30. The second of the 5 greatest generals of Saint West, Valarr was born in a promising noble family. Since his childhood, the support of his family enabled his talents to reach to the fullest potential. When Valarr became an adult, he was already a promising knight who made his name throughout the kingdom with his marvelous battle skills. Until this time, Valarr was an extraordinary knight trusted by seniors and respected by juniors. However, the final match of jousting at the National Memorial Festival changed his life. Valarr was humiliatingly defeated by Garff, a commoner who could become a knight thanks to Valarr's recommendation. The former king's attention to Valarr moved to the commoner, who was only an obscure knight but defeated the most prominent one. Valarr's mind started to deteriorate as he watched the king favored Garff. Blinded by his jealousy and envy, Valarr tried to surpass Garff by whatever the cost. As all his attempts failed, it became even harder for him to reclaim the number 1 position. The king was disappointed that Valarr lost his cleverness and became enslaved to his jealousy and sense of inferiority. Gradually, even people around Valarr began to turn their backs on him. Now that's a very sad story. However, since Valarr's mind was completely crooked, he could not see what was going on around him, thinking that everything will return to normal if he can just beat Garff. He is still obsessed with taking over the position of the first of the 5 greatest generals of Saint West. So no wonder Garff's title is the first of the 5 greatest generals of Saint West. And Valarr became second. And if you can see, the part where there's this chapter wherein we can see a lot of characters of Saint West, and we can see Valarr over there. It's like he's the personal knight of Kerry, Queen Kerry, that is. And he was so eager to defeat Garff. So that's the background story of Valarr. Now we are going to check out his fate cores. I think he has around 2 fate cores currently. And one is over here in the Diastrophism fate core team. You can see Valarr over here. So for the Diastrophism fate core team, you can see our male knights in this game or warriors are turned into female, or I think it's these are called lollies. So this is Valarr, Knight of Black Sword Valarr. Valarr from the parallel world is the second female general after Garff and the second highest ranking general of Saint West. She wields the cursed black sword. She lost an eye after battling an evil power for the cursed black sword. After eventually becoming the master of the black sword, she became a general of Saint West. She got the black sword as a knight, so she is still called the Knight of the Black Sword. That's a lot of black swords. You can see there are 1, 2, 3, 4 lines consecutively mentioning the words black sword, though she was promoted to general because of it. You can see here the passive, Bloody Wolf, and the Diastrophism special passive is Barrier of Will. Decreases all damage received, including the incoming damage, by 50% for 2 turns upon receiving damage equal to 50% or more of own maximum health. 1 time per 5 turns. And as for the first and second skill, it's just the same. Now let's check out her further. This is what she looks like. When I started playing Exos Heroes, whenever I saw this character, it reminded me of Alice in Wonderland. Well, not Alice itself, but the other, I don't know what's it called, Card Knights, was it? You know, the spade, heart, club, and what's the other one? Diamonds. So she reminds me of them, and you can see the clock. It's like the clock of that rabbit who's already late in Wallis Wallis in Alice of Wonderland. I was supposed to say Wallis. Hey, for all of you Filipino viewers out there, you know what's Wallis. Wallis in Wonderland. So anyway, this is the default mode. And this is the battle mode. Sorry guys, I just find it funny. And for the exclusive equipment, you can see it's this one. So it's no longer a clock, but it looks like a sword from Kingdom Hearts. Have you guys played that game, Kingdom Hearts? This hero, Sora, has this all sorts of keyblades, and whenever he visits a certain fairy tale world, and after saving the characters over there, he is rewarded with a new keyblade that's based on the Disney World theme. So it looks like this one. So for the exclusive equipment, it's this one, Cursed Black Sword. If you're going to buy this, this is around 20,000 says. Valarr's exclusive equipment, the favorite two-handed sword of Valarr from the parallel world. It contains a powerful curse. It can only be controlled by the chosen one. And if you're going to have this, Valarr's attack will be increased to 30 and his combat power will be increased with an additional 10,000 combat power. And the appearance effect.
I'm bored. Give me something fun.
Knight of Black Sword Valarr. Now for the skill preview. This is the normal attack. And definitely that sword is really cursed. You can see some black fumes. The first skill.
I'll just keep swinging.
That's nice. Purple with black. Then the second skill. You can see the knights again helping Valarr.
My turn now.
The knight handed her the sword. And she does this massive damage. So that's the skill preview. Over here, Valarr is a black fated hero, and you can see in the Diastrophism Fate Core theme, there are 2 gold Fate Cores, which is Garff and Ullum. So if you have Ullum around with Valarr in this Fate Core theme, Valarr will be able to benefit Faultless, increases effect resist of all allies equipped with the Diastrophism theme Fate Core by 10%. And you can see Valarr is included in this one. So increase of effect resist. But if you are going to team him or her up with Ullum, she will able to benefit the increased defense of all allies equipped with the Astrophism Theme Fate Core by 15%. Exuviate. Now, we are going to check out Valarr's other Fate Core theme. I mean, Fate Core. In a different Fate Core theme. Oh, yeah. That's what I wanted to say. I think it's here. Journey of the Fate. Yes, he's here. So, Valarr is this one. He's also a black Fate Core in the Twisted Fate or Journey of the Fate Fate Core team. And guys, currently, just yesterday after the update, we have a choice Fate Core Re of the Twisted Fate or Journey of the Fate Fate Core team. You can see here Black Wolf Valarr. Valarr from the past right after being defeated by Garff. Due to a twist in time, he and Garff were best friends up until the friendly match. But upon losing in the finals, Valarr suspected that Garff betrayed and cheated his way to victory and began to show hatred towards him. So if you happen to do the core raid, I think that was featured last year or probably last year. There's this Fate Core team wherein you can see the younger versions of Valarr, Mahar, and Garff, and there's this introductory story wherein you can see Garff and Valarr are very close friends. It was really nice to look at. A really good brotherhood of some sort. But it seems that that friendship was over when Valarr lost to Garff in the jousting match. So over here, you can see his passive, Separate Goals. This is the special passive of the Twisted Fate Fate Core team. If there are 3 or more living enemies, increases own attack, defense, and max HP by 10% at the start of round. After the first round, stacks up to 2 times. Stacks up to 2 times. And for his first and second skill, it's just the same. And also, he will be able to benefit the 2 gold Fate Cores here in the Twisted Fate Fate Core team. One is Kerry, Young Empress of Brune. But Valarr will be able to benefit the Break Up passive of Kerry. Increases effect hit of all allies equipped with Twisted Fate Team Fate Core by 10%. That's from Kerry. And the other one is from Jandong. Glory and Honor increases defense of allies equipped with Twisted Fate Fate Core team by 15%. So it's like pretty much the same with the Diastrophism. One is from Ullum, and it's the same as with Jandong, Glory and Honor. And the other one is from Kerry, which is so similar with Garff. Increases effect. Wait. I think this is effect hit, while from Garff is effect resist. But it's similar when it comes to Jandong and Ullum. So we're going to check him out further. As you can see, this is the default mode. And this is the battle mode. You can see that Valarr really looks younger over here. And he has this eye patch. Still has this eye patch even in the Dastrophes and Fate Core team. But he really looks good here, you know, really young. And this really nice attire. And actually, his weapon here really looks good. So for the exclusive equipment, you can see this. Wow. It has these twisty things. Now let's check out the exclusive equipment. It says here, Haspelia. Haspelia, right? Haspelia? It's Haspelia. Valarr's exclusive equipment. A sword that converts ambition into strength. It is able to display its true powers when the owner's hatred grows. Ah, hatred. And there will be an additional of 30 attack and 10,000 combat power. And this costs about 20,000 says. And appearance effect.
You only know how to take away. Now I shall take away from you.
Oh, Black Wolf. That's kinda scary. Now for the skill preview. This is the normal attack, by the way. And his attack is twice compared to his regular version or his Dastrophes and Fate Core team version.
I have no
This is
time
the
to
first
deal
skill.
with each one.
Then the second skill. You can still see the knights
Is it
that's
painful?
helping him around. And
That
he's
is
still going
nothing
to punch the enemy.
Compared
I
to
think
my
that's his
pains.
signature move. The Knights of Saint West are there to assist him. Different skill animations. I mean, when it comes to the effects, this time there's this light and red effects. Okay, let's check in the events Fate Core if there's a costume for Valarr. But it seems that I think there's none. We saw one for Bernabas. Yep, I think that's Bernabas. But for Valarr, okay, he doesn't have an orange Fate Core yet. So currently, we have 2 black Fate Cores for Valarr. You're going to the Manage Heroes button. And let's check out Valarr.
I am the King's Guard. You
I'm
won't
pretty
defeat
sure I
me
have
so
one.
easily.
Oh, here's
This awful
this.
stench.
So currently,
Just
I
won't
equipped
go
Valarr
away.
with the Dastrophes and Fate Core team because I was able to fuse this by 5. Ever since starting with Exos Heroes 2 years ago, I was able to get a lot of copies along the way. Although I'm not using Valarr. And the Dastrophes and Fate Core team was released when I started. So probably that was 2 years ago. But for this one, the Twisted Fate Core team was released like I think last year. So this is pretty new. I just have 1 copy. But when it comes to the costumes, I prefer using this one from the Twisted Fate. So I just equip some random gears on Valarr because I'm not using him. But wait, let's first discuss about the artifacts. So since he's a knight, you would probably guess what I'm going to recommend because there are just a few artifacts there is currently. The developers haven't introduced more artifacts, but probably or hoping this year they will be introducing more artifacts in order for us to have a wider selection. Because currently, I'm still going to recommend Golden Fury Ulex. Well, just in case if you're using him. Because this grants decreased area piercing damage by 52% to all allies for 2 rounds at the start of round. This is really good, especially for those enemies who has piercing damage like Rera. Other one is the Boundary of Life and Death VV. Chance to destroy a random Guardian Stone from target when basic attacking. So this is really useful if you allow your knights to do basic attacks or normal attacks. Another one is this, Infinite Chain Pamian. This is good because chance to gain mana, 1 mana for every 2 back row allies. So let's say if you're going to put Valarr up front alone, and there's no other heroes beside him up front, and you're going to put 4 back row heroes. Therefore, for every turn Valarr gets, there will be a huge chance that he's going to get 2 mana because 1 mana per 2 heroes at the back. So if there are 4, that means 2 manas. So this is pretty useful. Then there's this one, Enchanted Sword Dance Lovely. There will be a chance for him to revive upon defeating and grants a barrier equal to 20% of own max health for 6 turns when reviving. Other than that, there's this Flaming Iron Fist Brescian. Chance to transfer 1 debuff. So let's say your Valarr gets afflicted with silence. So there's a chance for this silence will be transferred to an enemy. That's really unique. There's this one, decreases chance to receive all allies besides self when it comes to damages by 14% while alive. Righteous Mercy, Olivia. And then Unbreakable Wall Messiah grants share health to all allies. Whenever I hear or read the words share health, I always remember Udum because before, that's her special ability to share health. And if you don't have those orange or gold artifacts, you can go for the purple ones because, like, again, I've been mentioning this over and over again, but I'm sure it's okay to remind that purple artifacts are really useful, and it really comes in handy because it's easy for you to get purple artifacts than gold and orange artifacts. This heals own maximum health by 10% starting on own turn. Well, that's not really that useful. But when it comes to this one, grants a barrier equal to 30% of own max health to an ally with the highest attack at the start of battle. This is good. And also this one, chance to grant 30% reflect damage to self for 3 turns upon receiving damage 1 time per round. And this was personally recommended by Master Ullrl because he happened to encounter a battle in 7 Stunner wherein there's this opponent who uses Ullum and uses this artifact. It's really good because it reflects damage, and with Ullum, it can break defense type Guardian Stones easily. So that's his discovery. And it's really good if you have someone in your guild like Master Ullrl because he's this person who really reads a lot, he's into details, he observes, he also, experiments when it comes to gears and artifacts. Because when it comes to me, I'm just a regular player. I'm not that too hardcore. I sometimes read, but sometimes I get to forget the things that I've read, so I have to check it out over and over again. So good thing we're doing this hero spotlight here in our channel because this also serves not only for you to remind, but also it's also a reminder for me as well. There's this Iron Bullet Gunner, Big Run. Grants a barrier equal to 5% of own max health to all allies at the start of battle. So there are a lot of artifacts for you to choose from. It's a matter of mixing and matching, I mean. So just ignore the stats because, again, I'm not using Valarr. I'm just putting this out randomly. And when it comes to gearing, you know me, I always check out the passive. I can be too literal when it comes to this one, especially to the effect hit. But it says here, decrease of all damage received, including incoming damage and support receiving, of own maximum health. So this works with Barrier of Will. But if you're going to use
You only know how to
this
take
one,
away. Now I shall take away from you.
it doesn't say anything. So if you're going to equip this Black Wolf Valarr from the Journey of the Fate Core theme, you can put any gears, like, of course, since he's a knight, you can go for Vitality set, Fortification set, Effect Resist set. You can just mix and match. It's up to you. You can, since, well, these 3 sets are only 2-piece sets, so you can either put all of the 3 for Vitality, Fortification, and Effect Resist, or you can, well, experiment and probably make full Vitality set, or full Fortification, or probably full Effect Resist, or probably you could do 2 Vitality sets and 1 Fortification, or probably 2 Fortification, 1 Effect Resist. Well, it's a matter of mixing and matching. All you have to do, since he's a knight, is to make him tanky. And of course, for the main stats, you can go for HP in percent, defense in percent, and even effect resist in percent. And you can get this from the accessory, because when it comes to the gloves, you can only get defense and HP. And when it comes to boots, I think you can also get defense and HP, but not effect resist. So if you feel that you lack effect resist, you can put this or look for this in the accessory piece. And don't forget our 4 main stats. You can see here there's attack, critical damage, attack speed, effect hit. This is actually for damage dealers. This is totally not for knights. But since I already told you earlier that I just put random gears upon him, just ignore this. But if you are going to build him, look for substats that has HP, defense, effect resist, and also attack speed, because speed is also good for knights. So that's for Journey of the Fate Core team. But when it comes to the Astrophysium Fate Core team, you can see the Barrier of the Will special passive. It says here decrease all damage received, including incoming damage, by 50% for 2 turns upon receiving damage equal to 50% of own max health. So you know, since I'm a literal guy, I read this 50% or more of own max health. So therefore, we definitely need to increase Valarr's health. So that means I'm going to equip him with probably 2 fortification sets. I mean 2 vitality sets. Because with vitality sets, if you have 2 pieces, you can increase health by 20%. So if you're going to put 4 pieces of vitality set, this will make 40% increase of max health. And of course, if you're going to use 3 vitality sets, that will be 60%, because we've already checked and it seems that this set bonus is stackable. So since 1 set over here is 20%, with 3 sets it will be 60. So that will be a big amount of HP, which this one, Barrier of Will be benefiting from. But if not, you can go for 2 vitality sets probably, and just either choose defense or effect resist set. And still, the main stats will be HP here if you like, or defense. Well, it really depends upon you actually. But if it were me, I'm going to experiment and put all HPs, and probably I'm going to put here effect resist. And also for the 4 substats, still go for HP, defense, effect resist, and attack speed.
Accomplishment?
So guys, that will
Don't
be
need
all
it.
for today. We discussed
You can
about
have
Valarr, and you can just see the pattern. If I was just thinking too hard. If you are to equip your knights, I think it's the same pattern for all. It really depends upon the skills, because like for some knights they have a lot of debuffing, and for other knights also who has a lot of buff. It's really up to you which passive or skills you'd like to take notice of or prioritize. Like if it was me, you know, when it comes to effect hit, I always make sure I'm going to use that, because I don't know. I mean, what's the purpose of the developers putting those kinds of skills in the heroes if you're not going to use them, right? So I tend to be somewhat literal when it comes to that, but it's okay, it's still up to you. As long as your knights are tanky, that's good. So that will be all guys for today. Please do not forget to subscribe to my Twitch channel and also for my YouTube channel as well, where you can see all of my other Exos Heroes content and other games as well. This is Bear Gaming. Have a nice day everyone.